This is how you will go about setting up your mobile interface for your project. So on the server, in the Art444 server, in the demos folder, you will find a folder labeled mobile interface, and inside you will see a folder labeled code. You could copy this to your desktop, or you can just write this zip file to your desktop. Or you could always just go, if I go a couple of steps back here, if you go to the design server and then click on my name, Art444, and then demos. And if we scroll down a little bit, here is the mobile interface zip file, which you can download. Okay. And you'll be able to get at all of the files you'll need to set up the initial interface. All right, so I'm going to set this up. I'm going to demonstrate this to you using CodePen, but you can use an editor of your choice. Just keep in mind, in CodePen, we write our HTML, our CSS, and our JavaScript, and then when we export later on, all of those links are created for us to the external files. So if you're going to use a program, an editor like Dreamweaver, make sure that you are linking your files correctly, okay? And you're saving them in the correct format, like index.html, style.css, whatever the name of your file, .js, okay? And that they're linked correctly. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, so to get started here, I took the route and I just downloaded the zip file, and I opened that up to get my mobile interface folder. And inside my folder, okay, I have the code, and this is kind of your start point. So if you wanted to start from here, you could keep your CSS files inside here, your CSS and your JS files inside this folder, your images inside this folder, and you would just place your index inside this mobile interface. Rename this mobile interface whatever you want. But this could be your start point. Again, I'm going to start mine in CodePen. So I'm going to start off by opening up my HTML structure. And here are those links. So, matter of fact, let me make this a little larger for you to see. So here's the various links you would use, assuming that you're going to call your files, name them with the names I have up here. Okay. Now, I definitely am going to be using Font Awesome, so I'm going to copy this one. Now, again, these scripts would go in the head of your document. Okay. Now, just keep in mind that this script to Font Awesome, this is my code for Font Awesome. I don't see a problem with you using it, but you would probably want to go to Font Awesome and register for your own kit, and then you'll get your own code for including Font Awesome in your projects. All right, so I'm just going to put this off to the side so I can toggle it on and off a little bit easier. And then my HTML, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert the most common viewport width, because this is going to be mobile, so I want to make sure that's inside there. And I'm going to add my Font Awesome script. Now, again, you're going to be doing this in the head of your document if you're using an editor other than CodePen. Okay, so let's go ahead and scroll down here, and I want this menu. So I'm going to grab my menu. This is our mobile menu. And I want this initial div with our main container inside. And I'm just going to copy this right in, like so. And then I'm not going to use the nav bar. I'm not using this part, because we're having this overlay with our menu. So I just need to copy the rest of the code here and then paste. So I'll go ahead and make sure I don't get this wrong. Okay, I'm just going to drop down and paste in the rest of my code, and we should be good. Okay, so if I do a quick, I'm going to save this, and if I do a quick preview here, then I'll see the initial structure showing up. Okay, so we've added our HTML structure. Now the next part we would add is our, where is it here? There it is, our CSS interface. Okay. So this is all of the code for, or all the styles for the structure we just added. So I don't need this part up here, so I'm just going to copy all of this. I'll move it out of my way. And this will be our CSS styles. Okay. Now I have, yes, I'm using the my box sizing selector here. Good, my universal selector. All right, good. So I think we're good there. Now I need to get my JavaScript menu. And I'll just copy all of my JavaScript. We'll move this out, and I'll paste this in my JavaScript view. Okay. Now again, I'm just going to reiterate, for those of you that are used to using editors, you would have to create your HTML document, add your structure, create your CSS document, add your styles, create your JavaScript document, add your JavaScript. Then you'd have to come back to your HTML page and link to your CSS and link to your JavaScript files. Okay, so that's how we've done it traditionally in the past, but I'm doing this demo and I'm working more with CodePen. Okay, so you could use whatever tool you want. All right, so before I forget, there's one more file inside here, and that's our CSS menu. This will be the style specifically for our JavaScript. So let me open this, and I'll copy my styles. We'll move this out of the way, and then I'm just going to make sure I didn't already place them in there. I don't believe so. This should be just, yep, that is just our main interface. So I'm going to add my rules. I'm going to add them right before the main container, because this actually comes, this is in the HTML structure before the container. So I'll go ahead and paste those, and let's save, and then let's just take a quick look at what we have. Okay, now what you might find helpful also, I'm just going to right click and I'm going to inspect. Now if you're using Safari, you'll probably have to download some developer tools and then go through those developer tools to find some of these features. Most browsers, you're able to do this. So we'll inspect, and then I'm going to make sure, I already have mine on, but yours might look like this. So you'll have to click this icon right here, and then you can set the device that you want to target. And you could edit this, or you could change the aspect ratio right up here also. I'm going to go with a Galaxy 5, and let's just click, and we see that our menu is in fact working. Okay. All right. So none of the links here work yet because they haven't been scripted, but our basic menu, our basic layout works. And this is set up with what will be our home page, what will be the list, the first recipe, the second, and a third recipe. Okay, so I have 3 recipes, list, so I have 5 pages so far. Okay, so this is our basic setup. And in a couple of upcoming videos, we'll talk about modifying the code to meet maybe your specific needs, depending on how you want the menu to appear or where you want it to appear, and also how many pages you might have or screens you might have.